And hello everyone, welcome to a new Let's Play.
Hello.
It's a new Let's Play of Yu-Gi-Oh the Duelists of the Roses, which will be a dual Let's Play between me and my little brother. Say hello, little brother.
Hello.
And this, well, if you follow Yu-Gi-Oh, either the TV show or the card game, you'll probably know what this is about. But we'll try and ease you newcomers into it as well. So, new game, let's start a completely new game. Me and Brandon already had a game going, but we're going to start a completely new one. So let's go. So this is a card-based game. Quite popular actually, and it has a TV show as well, which is also really good. So the 1480s in England, the War of the Roses, a power struggle between the houses of Lancaster, the Red Rose, and York, White Rose, to decide a royal successor, was nearing an end. With the Yorkists well in the lead, the reign of Richard III was but a step away. And in France, Yugi, Henry Tudor, Yugi is the main character of Yu-Gi-Oh TV show. The last Lancastrian heir was being forced to live a life of exile. The Lancastrian forces were rendered powerless by ancient cards of sorcery wielded by the Seto and his 7 followers who, known as the Rose Crusaders, served under the flag of Lord Crawford, a powerful Yorkist nobleman. Lacking a duelist championing their cause, defeat was imminent for the Lancastrians. In England, duel card games were still at the fledgling stage. Thus, the Lancastrians had to look elsewhere for a duel master capable of facing the Rosencrews in battle. With this in mind, Margaret Mary Beaufort of Lancaster secretly requested a high druid to summon a duelist from another age. Oh, by the way, Brandon, I hope you know we're going to be doing voices for this. Voices, as in, give them voices. So we're giving them voices.
And we have to do stupid voices.
Yes, we need to do stupid voices, so you can go first with Simon McMurran.
Oh!
That is terrible. Okay, I'll take Simon McMurran.
Okay.
My god, that was horrible. Ooh! Summon from the mystic circle of red and white roses, the one capable of harnessing pure power. Simon is supposed to be Scottish actually, so we have a good advantage for him because we're Scottish. There was truth to the legend of the Rose Duelist. Lady Margaret, I did it! Now we have the means of defeating the evil forces of Rosencrews. My apologies. In my excitement I'd forgotten I was in the presence of the Rose Duelist. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Simon McMurran, High Druid and Servant of Lancaster. May I be so bold as to ask the name by which the Rose Duelist would like to be known? And we'll go with Rudy95 since that's my channel name. Of course, what else? Rudy95! A fine name indeed, it's really not a fine name. Now here's the situation. The year is 1485 and you are currently in Stonehenge, near Salisbury, England. England is in turmoil with the House of Lancaster's rightful claim to the throne being challenged by the Yorkist usurpers. The power struggle is referred to as the Wars of the Roses, a name based on the badges used by both sides, a red rose for the Lancastrians and a white rose for the Yorkists. This is actually history, I think, based on actual events in history. So there we go, you might learn, well, you won't actually learn anything with this game, but maybe you should look it up afterwards and you can learn something. Brandon.
Okay.
You probably won't.
I don't know.
Right now our kingdom is threatened by the Yorkists and their wrongful claim to the throne. All because the Yorkists enjoy the support of the Rose Crusaders and their sorcerous White Rose cards. Using our Red Rose cards, we summoned you, Rudy95, to this day and age. We hope that your dueling experience would defeat the Rose Crusaders and lead us to victory. You will help us? Of course you will. Foolish of me to even doubt where your loyalties lie. Rumour has it that only the legendary Rose Duelist stands a chance against the power of Rosencreuz. We appreciate any help you can provide against them. Before I forget, I should warn you that the rules to duelling differ here from those of your age. Here in England, duelling is governed by what is known as the perfect rule. In addition to several minor distinctions, there are two major differences. One is the existence of movement or positioning, the other is the deck leader concept. These are two aspects of duelling that were lost in the process when the ancient sport of duel monsters was adapted to card form. The perfect rule represents these lost rules that were miraculously revived here in England. Perhaps a practice duel will serve better than an explanation. I don't know, because the practice duel takes a long time.
It's up to you.
I'm sure we can just explain the rules. First, Rudy95, you must select a deck to duel with. It is important that you feel the vibrations of a deck leader. The minute resonates... that doesn't make sense. The resonations that ring true to your soul. The cards themselves draw their power from the energies of the Ancient Ones. The deck leader acts as an intermediate between the Ancient Ones and the deck wielder. Rudy identifies it is essential that you select a card leader whose rhythm matches the stirrings of your soul. Several decks make you blah 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 blah, pick a deck, blah blah blah. So we've got the Fairy King Truesdale,
Okay.
the Cryo, and the Twin-Headed Behemoth. So 3.26, 3.42. So the average summon level tells us how many stars we need to summon a monster. Well, the average in that deck. So the higher the average summon level, the more powerful cards are in each deck. But you don't necessarily want high powered card, like every card to be extremely high powered. For another thing that I'll explain later on. So really we should base this on the attributes and the races that it has. So the first one has insects, beast warriors or beasts, and I'm not sure what that middle one is. But they've got earth, dark, water and wind. Dark and wind with spellcasters, zombies and dragons. Dragons, spellcasters and dragons. Okay, so what do you want, Brandon? What do you think?
Which one would be the most like in the middle?
What?
What would be the most in the middle?
What would be the most in the middle?
Yeah, like the most, like you'll get the best of cards.
Well, we can get zombie spellcasters and things and with this. I say we go either for the Twin-Headed Behemoth or Fairy King Truesdale.
What would you prefer?
I'm not sure actually. Fairy King Truesdale might be better for us for the opening duelists because of getting insects.
And what's the other one?
See, that one has more races, but these two have more attributes. Do you want to go with Fairy King Truesdale?
Seems the strongest, so.
Alright, we'll go with him for now. Yeah, we'll go for him. Selected your deck. Okay, so this is you, so you need to voice this person.
I don't know what his voice is like.
Just make up one, doesn't really matter.
Oh, is that actually me?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's the effect of the Celtic red rose card.
Celtic, not Celtic.
It looks like there's some truth to the rumour that the red rose cards are capable of time transformation.
Who's there?
It's been some time since the Battle of Barnet, old one.
Rosencruz, what brings you here?
Only a member of the Rose Crusaders may call me by that name. If you may recall, I told you once before that you may only address me as Seto. Or
Seto.
Seto. Sorry. Or does memory fail you, old man? And you must be this. You must be the dreaded Rose Duelist. I must admit there's a certain aura of power.
Aura. Did they not teach you to read in your school?
They do. Not hard though. Of power emanating from you. I believe an introduction is in order. I am Seto, leader of the Rose Crusaders. There are members of the little group, of our little group, who prefer to call me by the name of C.R. Rosencruz.
Or just C. Rosencruz, you know. Oops, I missed that.
Mind your manners, old man. What else would bring me here? I've come for the red rose cards. After all, it was you who showed me how the summoning capabilities would evolve when the red rose cards are combined with the transport powers of the white rose cards.
You aren't thinking of attempting the Forbidden Rose summoning? If so, then the red rose cards must never fall into your evil hands. Card sorcery traps taps into the powers of the Ancient Ones. By their very nature, each card is a double-edged sword that can cut both ways. The rose cards alone harness tremendous power. There's no telling what horrors one might unleash to the world by combining both red and white. I will sacrifice my own life if need be to prevent any from uttering the spell of doom.
The spell of doom? Filth. The 16 red and white rose cards grant power overall. I can't say that word. Legend. Druid. Legend has twisted the true meaning of these cards. We Rose Crusaders have sworn to create a utopia free from the ravages of war. We intend to accomplish this with the power of the cards. And we shall do so by extending the rule of Richard III throughout the known world. By the way, it was clever of you to form a circle of red roses within the barrier to summon the Rose Duelist. But you were foolish to come alone. This area is surrounded, and if you wish to leave with your life, you will do so only by handing over the red rose cards.
Me? A fool? Then what about you? Are you fool enough to actually believe that the red rose cards would remain here in my possession? Right after the summoning, I had the cards dispersed among our best duelists to keep them from your tainted hands.
Then you leave me with but one option. I shall enlist the aid of your precious Rose Duelist.
You take leave of your senses.
And you speak too soon, old man. Heed my words, Duelist. If you wish to return to your proper time period, you will require 16 cards of the red and white roses. The red and white positions must be laid out in reverse of the summoning order to send you home.
You know the spell?
Since you need the 16 rose cards just as much as we do, I propose a partnership. Help us gather the cards and I shall guarantee your return after we've achieved our ultimate goal.
Whoever wrote these really liked the idea of having 3 exclamation points after everything. An absurd proposal. Do you think that the Honourable Rudy 95 would even lend an ear to your ridiculous proposal?
Can you be so sure, old man? Let me see. Simon's side has 8 of the red rose cards, while my side, the Rose Crusaders, has possession of the 8 white rose cards. As the number is even, simple arithmetic indicates. I don't know voice.
My goodness. It's reading.
But I'm sure you'll take into account who's winning this war. After all, who was this desperate enough to summon you in the first place? I think it's quite clear which side is better positioned to send you home.
Rudy 95, heed not this words of this power-hungry lunatic.
Simon, must you resort to name calling? I'm hard. I'll tell you what. Why don't we leave the decision to our dear duelist? After all, Simon the duelist's future is not for us to decide now, is it?
Well, yes, but...
Splendid! In keeping with the tradition of the old temple gardens, I offer you a choice. Duelists. Here are two roses. The white presents me, and the red for old Simon.
For the sake of justice, choose the red rose.
Stand by my side, duelist. Choose the white rose.
Lancastrians. Do them first.
Yeah. How disappointing. Oh well, you made your choice and I respect it. For now, I will guarantee your safe passage until you've met with Yu-Gi-Oh. After all, I don't want our little game to end too quickly. That wouldn't be sporting. I look forward to the day when we meet again, duelist. Until then.
Wow, that was so long. So now we're in France.
Is that where we were last time?
What?
Is that where we were last time?
Yeah, this is the same thing. Read 95, I present Prince Yugi, last Prince of Lancaster, a true Welshman, and the hope of the we who can call ourselves Celts. My lord, may I present Read 95, the Rose Duelist.
You serve us well, Simon. My mother was wise in summoning you from Scotland.
You honour me, sire.
Duelist, I am Yugi. Actually, Henry Tudor is my name, but I find it tiresome. You may call me Yugi. I'm sure Simon explained our situation, but it's only right that I request your services. Myself. I need you to return to England and put an end to the threat of the Rose Crusaders. They're white rose cards from a barrier that prevents my armies from setting foot on British soil. Although we Celts have the red rose cards, we are but inheritors who are unable to wield their full power. In the hopes of reversing our fortunes, we gambled on a druid legend that spoke of a rose duelist.
According to the same legend, one must use a deck whose cost is lower than an opponent's to capture a rose card of another colour.
I believe that it is important that you keep this in mind. The cost of your deck should not exceed the cost of your opponent's deck. I would like you to note that our resources have been pressed to the limit, requiring us to invade England by August. My troops will land in Milford Haven, Wales, and march on to face the enemy at Bosworth Field. Having all of the Rose Crusaders out of the commission by this time would be ideal, but as that might prove difficult, any reduction of their force would be appreciated. Right then, let us part company and reunite in Bosworth. Simon will provide you with the details as to where and when we'll meet once again. Luck be with you, just.
Oh, thank God for that. We're finally at the actual game part of the game.
Time's up.
It's 5:05. Okay, so now that we've started the game, we have two duelists that we can challenge. So we've decided to side with the Lancastrians to start. So this is Start. This is us. We're here. We're in Milford Haven. We could either go to Chester to face Weevil Underwood, or what the hell is Tewkesbury to face Rex Raptor. So let's just check out. Let's save first and foremost. Okay, and now let's check out our deck. So our deck is what we'll use to fight for the entire game. We got a petite dragon. We got some alright stuff by the looks of it. We've got some insects. We've got lots of insects. This will really help us face Weevil. Yeah, we should have no trouble facing Weevil. Okay. So basically what this basic game is going from opponent to opponent, beating them and taking their rose card. So this game is quite difficult. I've actually never finished it, and we've gotten
as far as Martin's actually ever gotten.
Well, we've gotten kind of far. So let's have our first duel in Chester. So you're the legendary Village Duelist, preparing to face the sting of my insect deck. Well, we have good number of insects of our own, so we're actually okay. But we will start this next time. That's us. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.
Bye.